We're from a generation where you and I would both rush off to the woods to look at a soaking wet porn mag while it was raining and like, literally sharing pages with each other.
Can I point out that Baz is talking about a hypothetical situation in like the 70s or 80s there?
Yes.
He's not saying that like that's what me and Baz do when we're together. Dreams are unlimited. You could do anything. You can have a unicorn as a pet. You could be a fucking unicorn. Do you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want in your dream. And my subconscious has decided that the best thing it could think of for me to do in an unlimited space was fucking admin. My For You page on TikTok is just full of really fit women playing golf.
That's because those videos that have popped up, you've watched the whole length of them, haven't you? That's why he thinks, oh, he likes this. He's watched all of it.
You say all of it. It's like, we must show him more of this because he's watched that one 17 times. Hello, and welcome to the Mildly Controversial Podcast. More specifically, welcome to episode 71 of the Mildly Controversial Podcast.
Fucking hell.
We never mentioned the number, Baz, but you know, this is episode 71. That's a big number, that is.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? And we did a load of ones before that as well, so this is... I remember we wanted to commemorate we'd do a big 100th episode special, so 100 episodes of us on a podcast under whichever name it was. But yeah, then when I looked, we're up to around 115 already anyway, so we weren't able to do that. But we'll make a big shout about the episode 100 of this one, of the Mildly Controversial Podcast.
I just about to go like, typical, no, but who's counting? And then I realised you were counting.
Well, I'm only counting because I have to call it that when I put it onto Spotify. Just so people know where they're up to. Do you know what I mean? And just so that new people to the podcast can go, fucking hell, I've got 70 to catch up on here. So if this is the first one you've ever listened to, you've got 70 to catch up on. You're pretty much going to have to take a week off work to get through them all. All right?
Yeah, also, where have you been?
Yeah, exactly. We've been waiting for you for 3 years, you lazy bastards.
Sat here looking at these cameras.
Here they are. Quick talk, Baz. They're here now.
Hello. So dry January is officially over.
Hey!
It has been for a little while. In answer to your usual question, I've drunk lots of water every day.
Very good.
And I'm not smoking, so it's all good.
Baz, many, many, many reasons why I love you. You're back on the booze. You're doing what you said with drinking water every day, and you're not smoking anymore. So, mate, love it. Right, but, listen, first point of order, Baz. Regular listeners will know that on the live episode at Christmas, Baz opened a present that was from me.
Potatoes.
Exactly, yeah. So I got him his favourite crisps that are from Ireland. And he said, did you get the present I sent to you? And I didn't get the present. And we've since worked out the reason why I didn't get the present is because I use a postal store. So you get stuff sent to this. So basically, I didn't explain this to Baz, but the way it works is if you tell the postal store that something's coming for you, you tell them your name and tell them where it's coming from, what it is. Baz addressed my 2 Christmas presents to Michelangelo Snowden.
Well, I thought it'd be quite funny and Christmassy.
It is quite funny and Christmassy, but it also means that in order to send me something for Christmas, you've sent something that doesn't have my name or my address on it. So it took quite a while for us to prove that I am indeed Michelangelo Snowden. But they've released them, and I have them here, Baz. So I've got 2 here. So these are the 2 things, Baz. Which shall I open first?
I'm guessing that the one on...
This one's a bit squashy.
Yeah, so... Well, they're both squashy, but I think the one in red is probably the more festive one that I sent you.
Well, let's get festive. Yeah. Because, I love Christmas, so I'm glad to drag Christmas out for a bit longer. Right, here we go.
I'm sure this is the festive one.
Oh, now, Baz. I'm not. Don't be offended, Baz. I'm not going to put it on right now. But I've literally just done my hair after getting... But this, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to have to talk. I'm going to have to paint pictures with words for the people at home who are listening rather than watching. If you're watching, you'll see that is quite splendid. For those listening, it's a woolly bobble hat that is that looks exactly like a Christmas pudding.
Yeah, so obviously it should have been opened during the podcast, and like because you wear a hat quite often, I thought you could probably wear it. But then...
And do you know what? When it gets round to Christmas time, I will wear that. Not just like for like the podcast. I'll wear that down the gym because the gym gets quite cold at Christmas. So I will definitely wear that. Oh, I've got something here now.
This is more everyday use.
Oh, there's two things.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought there was only one, but there you go.
Oh, there's two things in here, Baz. I haven't looked at them. I'm going to hold them up to the camera. And then I'm going to... What are they? Oh, is it this? It's golf towel.
It's the same thing twice by the looks of it.
It's the same thing twice. That's very good.
It looks like they put two in it. I only ordered one.
Oh. Bonus.
Yes, I mean, look, it's a lame
golf
present.
Towel, but... and no, I like it already because I think... I like it already because I think I know what it's going to say. That is tremendous. I love that, Baz.
Merry Christmas, by the way.
I love that. Thank you, Baz. So, again, painting pictures with words for the people listening. It's a golf towel that says, or it's two golf towels that say,
yes.
I use this towel to clean my balls, and I do. So I like that a lot, Baz. Thank you very much.
It's a funny joke, and it's also not a joke. It's actually true.
It's actually true, Baz. And I've got two, so I can use that one to dry... to clean my golf balls, and I can use this one for after the shower that I've just had
to clean your eyeballs,
to dry my eyeballs. Thank you very much, Baz. I do appreciate that.
Anyway,
okay, Christmas so that's Christmas done now. Let's move on. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Christmas anymore. Much as we wish it could be Christmas every day, obviously.
Yes.
Nice. It's not, so get over it. Quite often we have to pre-record episodes because Baz is busy with work. And we'll be recording an episode. We don't know when it's going to go out. And quite often it'll go out a few weeks later and things. So we struggle sometimes to do things kind of to talk about recent things.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
But we're recording this on Monday night. I'm editing it tomorrow. And it'll go out on Wednesday, so we can talk recent stuff. So we're going to use this opportunity to talk about stuff that's going on. The first thing I want to talk about is the weather. Now, before we go anywhere, right, there was a storm last night that we'll come on to. And before we go anywhere, we need to say sympathies are with the 5 people that died last night.
So I didn't know this.
There were two people in England, one in Northern Ireland, Limavady, 20 minutes away from here, and one in Mayo and one in Louth. Predominantly in cars crashing into fallen trees and things like that. So we'll start off with that, and we'll say, look, sympathies are with those people. Before we talk about the storm in a much more frivolous, mundane, and silly way, okay?
Yes.
So, the weather's gone a bit nuts, Baz, because I haven't been in the gym where I work, so earned any money, since last Tuesday. Because last Wednesday, it snowed loads, and then Thursday snowed even more, so I couldn't get to the gym on Thursday. Then the snow gradually kind of disappeared over the weekend. And then last night, I'm checking the name, Storm Isha turned up. Thanks, Isha. Because there was loads of stuff that happened in that affected us. That there's the main road between us and town. There were 10 trees blown down, blocking the road.
Yeah,
10 trees.
Yeah,
I mean that's nuts, isn't it?
Those 10 trees have just been hanging on in normal times, but just not strong enough to withstand one storm. That's 10 altogether.
Just gone. Maybe they're like sheep. Maybe one of them's gone, oh, I can't stand up anymore. And the other's gone, fuck it now, neither can I. Like, the other 9 have dropped as well.
But it is weird, isn't it, when you get that many going down? Because, like, obviously, ground conditions, I mean, I know, but usually they're wet and then the wind comes along. But to have 10 go down, that's quite a few, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just in one little stretch as well.
Yeah.
We had a power cut. The power went out here at 7 o'clock last night and only came back on at midday today. So my rudimentary maths makes that 17 hours.
Yeah.
Which is probably the longest power outage I've experienced.
That's a long time.
Usually it's like 2 or 3 hours. They sort it out and they go. But it was pretty much the whole country. I was due to go to work tonight. There was no electricity up at the gym, so I couldn't work again tonight. So a proper inconvenience for me. That's like I've not earned any money since last Tuesday.
Well, I saw a news report from Ireland today. It's the only thing I've seen like anywhere in both our countries, and it was someone saying, the government need to kind of like, or someone needs to sort out like this for the future. And I guess the only way around it is to bury all the electricity lines, isn't it? Because obviously power outage goes out when trees fall on lines and take down the power lines.
Or just cut all the trees down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the benefit. That's the better one, yes. That
Cut
makes
all the
sense.
trees down. Well, I've got...
Then we can burn the trees and make more power.
I've got a real fire, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have to pay for logs. If they cut all the trees down in Ireland, this won't happen again. And everyone in Ireland who's got a real fire like I have will have pretty much endless supply of firewood.
I take it, though,
Well,
you'd have to wait.
but you know what I mean?
You'd have to weigh up what would take longer, burying the lines or cutting down the trees, because there's a lot of trees in Ireland, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. When I heard that 10 of them were down on the main road, I was like, I could get down there with a saw and give you a hand if you want. Throwing bits of it into my boot.
Just driving past B&Q to get a chainsaw. Yeah.
Yeah. Just nip it back. I used to have a chainsaw. Chainsaws are a lot of fun, by the way.
Yeah. I do need to say as well that like I know a lot about what goes on in your life because I follow your wife's like life on Facebook.
Yes.
So when I messaged you today to see if you were okay or about the power, it was when I saw a post about you and Emma playing darts on. Is that a battery powered board?
No, the board's not battery powered. What it is, we've got obviously as a Tinternet creator that I am.
Yeah.
We've got like 3 or 4 ring lights in the house, but they're all powered from the electricity. But I do have 2 really bright LED. They're almost like LED floodlights, but they go onto a ring light thing.
Yeah.
And they're battery powered. So we had 2 of those. So we had one in the kitchen, lighting up the kitchen. So the dogs proper panicked. The dogs just got confused because all the lights went off at 7 o'clock, and the dogs were wandering around going, right, all the lights have gone off. It's obviously bedtime, but why are you lot still up? The dogs were proper confused. So we put one in the kitchen. And then because the kids had no internet, they had no YouTube, they had no social media.
No games consoles.
Shay's Xbox wouldn't work. It was just like, oh my God, like what are we going to do then? So it was like, let's play darts. So we did. We played darts, and it was good fun. And again, those who heard the prediction that I'm going to get good at darts.
Yes, you did.
We're only 2 weeks in, and I wouldn't say good. I'll just say better.
Yeah, improved.
Yeah, I'm getting better, and Shay is getting much better.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, stop. You need to nip that in the bud somehow.
Well, he's only beaten me once out of like 9, because we do proper matches with like legs and sets and stuff.
Yeah.
He's only beaten me once. But yeah, it's he is getting much better. So that was one of the things that we said we would do. But yeah, in terms of the impact, again, obviously there are some people who, like the storm last night, has changed their lives forever.
Yeah.
Minor inconvenience for us. We had a fence blow down, and bizarrely, we found a slice of pizza on our decking. So it's obviously come from somebody's bin. And when I find out who's fucking throwing away pizza, by the way,
yes,
I'm going to have words, because when I find out whose pizza that is, I presume they're going to come and ask for it back. So when I find out whose pizza that is, somebody has thrown pizza in a bin on this street.
Was it a slice of pizza or a whole pizza?
A slice of pizza.
Yeah, all right, okay, yeah.
So somebody needs to know that you never throw pizza in the bin in this street. I'm always here.
Yes.
Okay? I mean, if it's a Hawaiian, at least I can have words with them and try and sort their life out and tell them that the pineapple must never be on a pizza. But any other pizza, bring it round here. I'm gonna take it away. One of the main things I did this morning, once daylight came, was and I had my phone, and the phone still had 4G.
Sorry, you just made it seem really dramatic. When daylight came.
Yeah, so at first light, when
we emerged from our caves.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. So as soon as we emerged from our cave and we were able to see again, this doesn't make sense because I'm talking about something that was on my phone and that lights up anyway. But anyway, I spent most of this morning Googling what foods are okay to eat after being in a fridge that's not had power for 17 hours.
Excellent. In my world, that's everything.
What do you have to throw away, or what can you keep? And I'll be honest, some of the things it said to throw away, I was like, nah, you definitely don't. So one of the things it said was bacon.
No.
I mean, I can see the point. because it's meat. And my rationale was that because the power had gone, because the electricity had gone off, the heating wasn't working.
Yeah.
So inside the house was only about 4 or 5 degrees.
Yep.
That's Celsius, America. Fucking work it out, whatever it is in your number. I'm not doing it.
580 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. It's full of, I don't know. I have no idea and I had, frankly, no interest. So it was about 4 or 5 degrees in the house, so it's not going to be that. Anyway, I decided to nominate myself as the canary that went down the pit and make myself a bacon butty.
Yeah.
And try it. Take one for the team. And not only am I here to tell the tale, there's been no mishaps.
Yeah.
So nothing has exited from the top or the bottom that shouldn't have done. So there we go. So
well, this kind of how I look at it is that like meat is hung for a certain amount of time before it's even butchered. Before it's butchered properly. I like, by the time it gets to you, it's had a few preservatives in it. It's probably, travelled around in refrigerated trucks, but part of that time it's sat somewhere else. I mean, like you cook it as well, right? You're not that much of it.
You warm it up, so if there is any bacteria in it, so that really gets that going. But then, I need to be clear that please don't take this as the official advice of the Mildly Controversial podcast. And should you decide that, having listened to this, that it's okay to eat bacon after 17 hours of not being in the fridge, and you suffer some mishaps, maybe your body emptying from both ends, please don't take that as our advice, and we are not liable at all, so don't come and try and sue us, okay?
I've got a bit I've been working recently, and we obviously have food in taken to us during the day, and like there's a couple of times where like I've had food with me and I haven't eaten it, and then I've kind of found it the next day, and I'm like, do you know what? It doesn't smell. I'm going to have it. So even like cooked meats like bitch. Thing is, it's not going to kill you. It might upset your constitution the next day. It's worth the risk, isn't it? I don't like throwing away food.
I used to deliberately buy 2 kebabs, right? One for eating on the night, and the other one to put in a toasty.
Yes.
In the morning, I used to put the kebab meat in a toasty in the morning. Now that didn't go in the fridge. That was just left on the kitchen counter all night, and then reheated via the medium of a toasty machine. So, and again, I'm here to tell the tale. So, as I say, it's not official advice. Please do more research than I did. Find people who know who know what they're talking about and know their shit when it goes about food hygiene. But I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go, and I'm all right. Those were the research findings.
I'm going to tell you a story when I was working. So we're working in a big exhibition hall at the NEC. This hall is enormous, and it's been partly clean from the last event, but it's not clean by any stretch of the imagination. It's there's people walking all the time. One of the days I was having lunch, and I've got a packet of like roast chicken thighs in the sort of the tub with the plastic on the top. And at some point, someone had nudged this, and a piece of chicken had fallen out, and I hadn't noticed this, and it had obviously ended up on the floor because we were just about to finish lunch, and one of the people I'm working with looked down and went, "Oh shit, there's a bit of chicken down here on the floor." And picked it up and went, "Who's this?" And I went, "Oh, it's mine." Just dusted it off and put it back in the pack because I'm like, I'm going to eat that because I don't care.
Was it raw?
No, it's cooked.
Oh, it's
like
cooked.
A cooked chicken
thigh,
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have a raw chicken thigh in like that would just be weird.
So we backed away from any official advice on the previous one, Baz, but we are definitely agreed that the Mildly Controversial podcast does say, don't eat raw chicken legs.
Yeah, no, that's a definite one. Yeah.
There you go. There we go. Look, I'm sure that nobody tunes into this for actual, genuine advice. But that is one piece that you can take with you.
I don't know. I think people are starting to listen to what we're saying now and taking us seriously.
Baz, that's a fucking terrifying thought, and I think we need to move on. Okay, so what's been pissing you off recently, Baz?
Well, obviously, I don't work every week of the year, and so I do jobs that's how would you put it, sporadically. Then I have a bit of time off, but and this isn't the first time this isn't now the job that starts on the 2nd of January like it used to. It's now like a week in. But I still get that thing of like, I think everyone should have most of January off. Just, no, because it's just like it takes a little while to get past Christmas, because Christmas is quite joyous. Even this year, although I'm going to look for sympathy again, I've been quite ill. There's still that thing of Christmas is a time which is really nice, and then you have to immediately go back into everyday life. And I think there should be a kind of like a stepping off like period where you can, transition, as it were, back into work life. So then I think there needs to be a few weekends involved before you go back to work. That's what I would like to see.
Wean yourself back into reality.
Yeah, but like have a bit more. Just have a couple of days work and then more off. And so 2 days work and then a week off and then 3 days work and then I just think it's too much going straight back to work.
But you pretty much described your life.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Work for a bit, then don't, and then work for a bit, and then don't.
Oh yeah, but I threw myself back into like 2 weeks of really solid hard work, and I was like, this is too early in the year for me.
As I say, Baz, as a fitness professional who runs his own business, I cannot endorse the let's not work for January.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's your busiest period.
It's the month where lots of people come and think, shit, I must get something done.
Yeah, but put yourself back in those sort of past happy days when you used to like be in corporate life. So, January the 5th was like your first day back, and it was straight back into, come on, we need to capitalise. It's going to be a long month. We need to like work harder.
Yeah, well, it's like that. There's that thing, isn't there, called, is it Blue Monday? I think that was last week.
Yeah.
I think it's the Monday of the second week of January. It's called Blue Monday. Yeah. Statistically, it's when people are at their lowest throughout the year. And that's because at the start of January, everyone's still catching up with people they haven't seen for a while. And it's like, oh, yeah, how was your Christmas? So they're still getting all those things out of the way, all those pleasantries. And then, the following Monday is just like,
yeah,
shit.
It's like Christmas never happened.
Yeah, Christmas is miles away.
Yeah.
My summer holiday is miles away.
Yes, that's the one.
I've just got to get back to reality of this job that I fucking hate. So that's why everyone's miserable. But we're recording this the Monday after that, so I don't know what colour this Monday is, but no one's as miserable as they were last Monday, I think, is the bottom line. So, well done, everybody, for getting through last Monday. Oh, yeah, but
don't forget that you still got the slight kind of uplift of there's still one or two shit chocolates left in the selection box, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, I've got a little tip of for next Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. This is a genuine tip, by the way. We had a lot of those like Mars celebrations, Cadbury Heroes, roses, all of those things. My tip on those is if your favourite is one that the kids don't like, leave it to last. Yeah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, because if you eat ones first that you and the kids like, you'll get to the point where the kids have eaten all the ones they like, and you're left with all the ones that only you do. That is priceless. When you open it up and you go, there's just all, like, I don't know what it is. Say you like Bounties if you're a fucking idiot. But, like, there's only Bounties left. There you go. They're all for you. You can take your time. You don't need to rush.
Yeah.
You don't need to, like, eat them quickly or the kids will have them. You can take your time then.
We always have to do this kind of interpretation at this point, because I don't think Bounty is probably an American chocolate, is it?
I think it is available in America.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you are.
But anyway, it's full of desiccated coconut, which is, I'm convinced, sent to us by the devil.
Yeah.
Because desiccated coconut, not only it tastes okay, but you could brush your teeth 14 times a day for 3 weeks and still find bits of it in your teeth after that.
Yeah. It's like you chewed wood, isn't it?
It's bollocks. Anyway, Bounties are bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's mildly controversial.
Yeah. And I'm going to stand by it, Baz. I'm going to stand by it. So, well, look, in summary, look, fuck it. I'll agree with you, Baz, that people other than fitness professionals shouldn't have to work in January, because then more people will still be on holiday, and then they won't even get work getting in the way, and they'll come to me and pay me money to train.
That's the one.
There we go.
It'd be nice if there was a step off that you could ease yourself back into work and still feel slightly festive and happy.
There you go, Baz. I thought I was panicking for a bit there, but I think I've come around to agree with you.
Yeah,
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Well, have you got anything about January?
Not January specifically, Baz, but I've got something I want to talk to you about, Baz.
Go on.
That's happened in the last week. Right? I've woken up from 2 dreams in the last week that have left me furious.
Yeah, go on.
I've woken up absolutely fucking livid at 2 separate dreams, and I'll talk you through them.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one, Baz, is I was filling in loads of forms, right? In me dream.
Yeah.
Right? In me dream, I was filling in loads of forms. I woke up, and the first thing, I was fucking livid, because I was like, you've wasted. Dreams are unlimited. You could do anything. You can have a unicorn as a pet. You could be a fucking unicorn. Do you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want in your dream. And my subconscious has decided that the best thing it could think of for me to do in an unlimited space was fucking admin. I mean, I genuinely woke up thinking, what a fucking waste of a dream that is.
Can we go into this dream? Like, is there any detail you can get?
I don't remember much about it. I don't remember why I was filling in forms, but I remember in my dream I was just really frustrated by having to fill out loads of forms.
No.
I mean, who dreams of admin, and whose subconscious puts them through that? You can see I'm angry again at me own subconscious, Baz. I was furious.
Actually, one thing you've highlighted there isn't it? It's like the phrase is hopes and dreams, and living the dream, which I need to add. I've started using quite often when people go, "How are you?" Living the dream.
I love that.
I've just started using it this week when I've been at work, just because it seems apt.
But do you know what, Baz? If I'm in the bank filling out a form and somebody comes up to me and says, "How are you?" I'm living the dream, because I'm literally living my fucking dream.
You are. I am
literally living
this
my
is
dream. That's it. So the second one, Baz, and this is within a couple of days. Again, I've woken up because quite often I wake up and I don't remember my dreams. I think we always dream. I think this is true. I think that we always dream, but you don't always remember them when you wake up.
Yeah.
But another one, like literally a couple of days later, I woke up and again I was fucking fuming because in this I don't remember a great lot of detail again, right? But I remember I was in a quiz. The thing that really annoyed me about this dream was that I got a question wrong, right? And I'm not saying that that's unrealistic, because we did a quiz last week and I got a number of questions wrong. The thing that fucking wound me up, Baz, think about it, right? My subconscious has put me into a quiz scenario, right? Where I am being asked a question that I set, and my subconscious has made me get it wrong and then given me the right answer. So my subconscious knew the right answer all the time. So why has it let me get it wrong? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I was fucking livid. I was like, why did I... You're in your dream. You set the questions. You've got all the answers. So why have I got one wrong?
It's a weird one, isn't it? So, like, I don't know if you're the same, but I've had a period just before Christmas and during Christmas where I had really vivid dreams. Most of my life, most of the year, I don't really have dreams that I can remember. Sometimes I wake up and Liz will go, "Oh, you were saying something weird," and then I just go, "Oh yeah, no, that I remember the situation of why I was shouting that when I woke up." But it's really odd because you're being really specific about stuff that. When were these dreams? The last couple of days or weeks?
Yeah, no, it's last week. Yeah.
So I can remember dreams the day after, but I think, and this is my point about this is that you do well to remember it from then. I don't remember how vivid the dreams were that I spoke about vividly, like a week ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember the dream a week after. It's weird.
Do you know what that is, Baz? You didn't write it in your notes on your phone because you knew you had a podcast to fucking moan about it.
Okay, there's one for the one for the future.
There you go. There's a little bit of feedback, Baz. If you have any mental dreams or dreams that make you absolutely furious when you wake up, I want you to take some notes on your phone and report back.
All right. I want to tell you about something that it's not really happened to me, but I learnt during working the last couple of weeks. So I'm currently working with someone that I worked with for many years. He worked in New Zealand for many, many years, but he's British, but he lives here, and so he's got part of that. But something happened. We went to do a job, and both of us turned up, and this is just the phrase. Someone said, "Oh, are you here? You guys here to do this?" Because we've just sort of turned up wearing our sort of high-vis vests, and his phrase was, "Well, we're not here to fuck spiders." And that's stuck in my head now. So I'm trying to find every opportunity to use it because it just literally was my favourite thing of the week.
Do you know what I used to always use a similar phrase, but in a different context.
Yeah, okay.
So fuck spiders used to just be I've not used it for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's just like fuck spiders. Do you know what I mean? It's just for fuck's sake, I guess.
Poor spiders. That's all I can think.
No, yeah. Again, this isn't the mildly controversial podcast's endorsement of fucking a spider, because parking the impracticality of the logistics of,
for some people
of the whole thing. That yes, we don't condone animal cruelty, but I mean it'd be interesting to watch someone have a go, though, wouldn't it?
Not as interesting if they're trying to fuck a crocodile.
That's very different.
Yes.
That's very different. I'd say, given the opportunity to fuck a crocodile or get a blowy off one,
yeah.
I'll have a go at fucking one.
Yeah. Anyway, that took a different path.
However did we get down that route, Baz? I don't understand. So I'm not here to fuck spiders is now a new one on your...
I liked it. It's just the way it appeared, and the bloke... So it could have been sort of like mildly offensive, but the guy just like cracked up. So I was thinking that I like the sound of this. I
want to make an appeal to people, realistically, in the UK. If anybody sees Baz out and about, I want you to shout from the other side of the road, particularly if you're in Bedford.
Yes.
Right? That's the best chance of finding you. If somebody sees you out and about, I want you to wave at Baz from the other side of the road and either say, "Baz, are you living the dream?"
Yes.
or Baz, are you here to fuck spiders? I want that to happen. If somebody could make that happen, that would literally make me the happiest I've ever been. And I'm including the birth of my 3 kids and my wedding in that. Right. That would make me the happiest man alive.
Hopefully, in a couple of weeks or even in the next couple of years, the opening part of the podcast will be going, "Mike, you'll never guess what someone shouted across the road to me."
I'm going to make those. I'm going to make those happen. I'm going to make those into. It's like the guy, I forget his real name, but Jay off the In-Betweeners.
Oh yeah,
he says that people still say to him "bus wankers."
Yeah,
and he loves it because he's made a load of money out of it. He's one of the highest paid cameo people.
Yeah,
he's made a huge amount of money for it, and he says he loves when people shout it to him because because it shows that they love the show that he was in. So. He loves it. So yeah, I want people to either shout to Baz, "Baz, are you living the dream?" or "Baz, are you here to fuck spiders?" And if you are watching on Facebook, look, even if you're just listening, right, go over to Facebook and underneath this one and put "Baz, are you living the dream?" in the comments.
I'll just comment on any of my videos.
Don't put the fuck spiders thing, because it'll probably get us kicked off.
Facebook's fine. It just you can put what you want on Facebook.
Fudge spiders.
Yes.
Put fudge spiders in the comments under this video on Facebook, and wait for everybody to look at that and go, "What the hell is that all about?" And then they'll have to watch it to find out.
I use Fug, FUGG.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. That's my internet
there you go
thing. So.
Fug spiders. If you're wondering, if you are listening to this after Baz has changed his internet handle to @Fug Spiders, this is where it happened, and this is why it happened.
Love it.
I've got something I wanted to talk about. I read it this week, and it's something that I didn't actually know existed. Right? Are you aware of the phrase microcheat?
Not cheat.
I didn't say micro penis, Baz. I said microcheat.
I just realised I'm aware of both halves of that, which is fine. Together, no. That's what.
I know what micro means, and I know what cheat means.
Yes.
I just don't know what the two together.
I was about to explain. I'm aware of both half of it, but now actually no. So yes. So a while back. No, I've never heard the term microcheat, mate.
Right. Well, this is my source for this one, Baz. You'll be pleased to know is Dear Deirdre out of the Sun.
What? Hang on, is this still going?
It is online, yeah.
Oh
I don't know if
God.
it's the same Deirdre. I think maybe she's been... I mean, she seems to have been going for so long, she must have been cryogenically frozen at some point. Anyway, this one says, my boyfriend micro-cheats shamelessly. All right, so we're about to find out what the person writing to Deirdre... By the way, if you're not aware of... the Sun newspaper is... I say newspaper in like verbal... air quote things.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking newspaper.
It's toilet paper with shit on it. Isn't
It's dreadful,
Yeah.
right? But now it's online, and Dear Deirdre is an agony aunt, and I'm sure agony aunt works across the. You know, somebody you write to for your problems, and they give you advice.
It's about as loose a term for that as you could ever hope for.
Anyway, Deirdre. Right? Somebody said, Dear Deirdre, I've lost faith in my boyfriend since I caught him watching videos of half-naked girls on TikTok.
Half naked.
You might as well just said, I saw my boyfriend on TikTok.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, good point.
Because my For You page is full of it. Like, although mine's women, not girls, by the way.
Yeah.
And usually with a golf club in the hand. I've
Yes.
done like
Mine too now.
my For You page on TikTok is just full of really fit women playing golf.
That's because those videos that have popped up, you've watched the whole length of them, haven't you? And that's why he thinks, oh, he likes this. He's watched all of it.
You say all of it. It's like, we must show him more of this because he's watched that one 17 times.
That's the one.
So anyway, back to I don't know her name, and frankly, I don't care. So I've lost faith in my boyfriend since I caught him watching videos of half-naked girls on TikTok. The worst part is he doesn't even feel bad about it, and neither would I.
Yeah.
I'm 16, so we'll give her a bit of bit of leeway for the fact that she's young. I'm 16, he's 17, and we've been together for 2 years. Over the past few months, we've been having issues because I keep catching him liking photos of other girls.
Oh,
He
bastard.
promised me he would stop, but as time passed, his behaviour hasn't changed. Now I've caught him intently watching filthy videos. I feel disappointed and betrayed. So there's a number of things I think we need to unpack on this, Baz. Firstly, micro-cheats apparently is... from this evidence, is watching videos of half-naked girls on TikTok.
Okay.
We've all had videos taken down for community guidelines on TikTok. So they're not that half-naked, are they, really? No. Do you know what I mean? And also, she says, he's been watching filthy videos on the internet.
What, a 17-year-old boy?
A 17-year-old lad is
God.
watching filthy videos on the internet.
Shut down the internet now.
There's a lot of me saying, that's a 17-year-old lad being a 17-year-old lad.
Yeah.
And it's a 16-year-old girl trying to control a 17-year-old lad.
Good point.
And say, you can't do that. You can't do what every single 17-year-old lad in the universe, so I've gone beyond Earth in case, in the universe is doing. Because as far as I'm concerned, Baz, when you... And don't get me wrong, I've been with my wife 22 years, so it predates the proper internet. So she could be forgiven if she caught me watching filthy videos, and I'm aware my son listens to this, so that is something I definitely have never done. But if she did catch me doing something like that, I don't think she'd call it micro-cheating.
No.
I mean, How is it cheating?
Yeah.
To watch a video online of somebody or to like a photo of somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And I just think that, like I say, somebody who's 16, so has been brought up, was born after the internet, and has been brought up with this normal behaviour being commonplace forever.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand that this is micro cheating. So again, my head's gone to trying to understand if that's micro cheating. Are there people around that think that once you start seeing somebody in a relationship, you must never see a video of somebody of whichever sex you find attractive or whichever gender you find attractive? You must never watch a video. Definitely must never like it, and must never. Oh, apparently, because I think her problem was she caught him intently watching filthy videos. So apparently, like flippantly watching filthy videos might be okay. I don't know. I haven't got this. I'm not able to ask this 16-year-old if flippantly watching or just kind of watching a filthy video in a blasé manner is okay. It's just the intently watching.
Well, I would go so far as to say that you can't do anything but intently watch a filthy video because you have to find it and press play, right? So it's not like you've got your whole phone is like an FYP for porn, is it? So until you said about the ages, I thought if this is someone in their 20s, we can really like take the piss out of this because this is someone who clearly doesn't understand the world. Actually, we're talking about someone at 16 who like doesn't understand the world, basically.
Yeah, a world that they've been exposed to for their entire life.
Oh yeah, but I think as well that there's still a culture of like, particularly at that age where, you know, like kids still go out with each other, right? This is still a term. It's not just from our sort of ancient era, is it? That people go out with each other.
And
don't they call it exclusive now?
Yeah, it's progressed, Baz, because I believe there are different stages now. So there is like talking to. Yeah. You can be
talking to. Yes,
there's a talking to stage that wasn't a thing.
Yeah. What is that? Like, is that so? Can you talk with more than one person?
I think so. Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think so. I believe that talking to is just an early stage, and it can be flirting and that kind of stuff.
Sending text messages to.
Sending pictures, even.
Oh, is that so? Okay.
Right, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the talking to stage.
Yeah.
Because it didn't exist before I became happily married.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that, and then there is a like we're exclusive. But yeah, it is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because it's like I said, micro cheats. It seems like to me everything she described in that was just a really kind of innocent and just. I find it really interesting that somebody like middle-aged is looking at the actions of somebody who is young, who's being criticised by somebody also young for doing something. Do you know what I mean? Shouldn't it be the other way round?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be us going, oh, you can't do that?
Yes.
I thought it was that people were more kind of... I don't know. I thought people were more relaxed about stuff these days, and I thought it would be also going. Oh, look! I mean, people yearning for true relationships and relationship values and all that kind of stuff. Whereas this looks like it's completely the opposite way around, where they're insisting that this person must not look at another person on the internet, not press a like button, and not watch filthy, in their views. Filthy videos.
I think maybe we're not the right people to judge it anyway, because like we're from a generation where you and I would both rush off to the woods to look at a soaking wet porn mag while it was raining and like literally sharing pages with each other.
Can I point out that Baz is talking about a hypothetical situation in like the 70s or 80s there?
Yes.
He's not saying that like that's what me and Baz do when we're together.
No, not now. So we might have done, yes.
Well, do you know what, Baz? I was going to say, like, don't expect when you come over here for us to go and disappear into the woods, with a porn magazine. Because, as I've already described, Baz, there's much less of it to go get hidden in now because it's all blown over onto the main road.
Oh yeah, but the good thing is the ones that got really heavy with rain, they don't fly very far. They're usually underneath a bit of wood that you put them under, aren't they?
Do you know what? We've lost loads of people there. They were like, A, what is a porn magazine? B, what on earth are you talking about? But it's that was if you are under 30.
Oh no,
right?
not under 30.
Yeah, if you are under 30, yes, Baz. What Baz is talking about there is the 1980s internet.
Yes.
Well, imagine the internet, right, where you couldn't always get on it. You would only be able to get on the internet maybe a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
It would be when you least expected it, and you could only look at 30 pictures.
Yeah.
And most of them, you wouldn't really be able to tell what was going on because it was all like it was ruined from the rain.
Yeah.
So going back to my kids moaning that they couldn't get on the internet, and it's like all they did was that it's like dragging them back to the 80s.
Yeah.
But
the good thing is, like, sharing today is equally the same as it was sharing then. So instead of here's a link, basically Mike would go, if you go out 30 paces past that big oak, there's a half-eaten tree. Under it is a bit of wood, and underneath that is the latest edition of Razzle. Don't tell anybody else.
Yeah. And don't try and pull pages 7 and 8 apart.
Yeah. And also, don't take it home with you, you filthy pervert. Leave it there for somebody else. It is like much like old slow internet.
Yes. Do you know what?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
but that was the beauty of the fact that in the power cut last night, we could still get on the internet.
I thought you were going to say phones. I had to pull out my porn mags.
Yeah, so I couldn't get on the internet, so I had to get some 1980s magazines out of the drawer
to get a torch out.
They were spoiled by rainwater and at torchlight. And you know it's very difficult to like those or intently watch them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Last night was the internet was so slow. Last night it was like when the internet first started. And you go, oh look, there's an internet. There's a picture.
Yes.
I don't know what it is yet.
Well, half it's there.
There's the top part of it.
And the bottom half's pixelated.
And and we're not there yet. I need to say that, you know, sometimes when we're recording, we get a da-dong in my ears, and it's really loud when somebody messages on Facebook while we're recording.
Okay.
Quite often it's Daphne Emery.
Yes.
This week it was my wife, and she knows that I'm recording this because she's in the other room. So.
Oh, can I? So I have a question.
Yes.
What is Deirdre's answer?
Oh, I'm glad you asked me that, Baz, because I'd completely forgotten. We were even talking about
So
Deirdre.
did I. But
Thank you, Baz.
I don't want to hear the conclusion.
Do you know what? Sometimes I remember why I have a co-host.
Yes.
And that is one of those moments.
As you get older, it's going to be more obvious as well.
So Deirdre's answer, Baz, is I thought Deirdre might have said, come on, he's liking a photo and he's watching videos that a lot of 17-year-old lads watch.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. Have a chat with him. If you don't like him doing it, maybe have a conversation about a middle ground, all that kind of stuff. Well, Deirdre says, you need to ask yourself how much he really cares about you if he continues to do something he knows upsets you.
Right.
Consider if this relationship is really worth your time. And if you decide you're better apart, my support pack, ending a relationship and moving on, will help. So Deirdre's basically saying this scumbag who's watched some TikTok videos, who's liked some Instagram photos, and might have watched a couple of smutty videos, admittedly intently, Deirdre reckons she should be potting him.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, she reckons that that because it's something that upsets her, and he's still doing it, she should get rid.
What a judgmental cow.
Yeah. It's almost like it's her job, Baz.
Right,
like it is ours to be judgmental about things like this.
Right, so I think we should both have a go at giving advice to said 16-year-old.
Yes.
So you go first, because
I would say have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
And say that you don't like it. You don't like the fact that he does this. You don't like him watching TikTok. You don't like him liking Instagram videos or Instagram photos. And you don't like him watching smutty videos. And I think you should say it and be forceful and forthright about your opinions, because then hopefully he will realise he's with a fucking idiot and he'll leave you. That's my advice. Over to you, Baz.
Good. So I take a slightly different tact. I would try to outdo him. I would literally so I'd suggest to you, 16-year-old, find all the hunky men on TikTok and Instagram, watch those videos in front of him. I mean, I can't suggest you should be watching porn, because I don't know what you'd be watching. But yeah, definitely outdo him. Send DMs to these hunky guys and then show him, say, look, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Particularly middle-aged men with no top on in a kilt. No, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Not until
you've got yourself in trouble there, Baz. Because if you start getting DM'd off a 16-year-old, this could all go horribly, horribly wrong.
So I don't read all my DMs, but some of my comments lately have been a little bit like, "Oh, that's edging into a different direction, isn't it?"
Baz, we should have an episode where you just read your DMs, because I don't get any. I never get DMs. Well, I occasionally do, but it's always off made up accounts. It's like, want to see pictures? It's like, no.
Oh yeah, I get those as well.
Want to see pictures? Well, yes, because the internet doesn't exist. Do you have pictures of somebody who might be naked? Jesus, absolutely.
Oh my God! So the internet's a massive pitfall, even for 16-year-olds, as it turns out.
I think we've used the phrase 16-year-old far too much in this episode. Baz.
Yeah,
it's understandable, bearing in mind what we're talking about. But I'm a bit worried that we've used that phrase. we should have given that person a name and used their name rather than 16-year-old through the whole thing. It's probably time we moved on. Yeah,
I don't know what we're going to move on to, though. Just need to make a point about this. Having read what said young person has written and how they've written it, I'm guessing that's not written by that young person, because that sounded like someone very, very mature who wrote that thing. There's some words in there that a younger person might not have put.
Baz, I think Deirdre might have written that fucking...
I think Deirdre, or one of Deirdre's associates.
And on that bombshell, having realised that Deirdre might not actually be a genuine bona fide agony aunt. On that bombshell, we will leave it there for this week. Thanks, everybody, for listening. As always, please help support this podcast by sending this to people. As I said at the start, if you've really enjoyed this, please send it to your friends. And I mean that. Just literally message them and say, there's a podcast here I think you might really enjoy.
Also, it costs nothing to share it. Literally nothing but seconds. Or exactly. even just to hit copy link. That'll do something, I'm sure.
There you go. Just send this podcast wherever you're listening or wherever you're watching. Send this podcast to 3 people that you think might like it. And that will cost you nothing, but it will really help us grow the podcast. So I would appreciate that.
Even send it to me, because that'd be interesting. How many people sent me the link to the podcast this week? Send it to me.
Send it to Baz, because Baz doesn't know how to get onto his own podcast.
It's true. And then I'll send it to Mike. Just to go how many times people send it to me. We should have this big merry-go-round of people sending stuff.
I know how to get it. I put it there in the first place.
I was saying.
Anyway, thanks again, everybody, for listening, and we will see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.